This video we're going to take a look at a new belt from the folks at Klik Belt. This is their new 2-ply Tactical Duty gun belt. That's what's coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. So not too long ago on the channel, we took a look at a belt from the folks at Klik Belt that is billed as the world's strongest belt. And this is the one we looked at, actually the actual belt we looked at. You can still see the testing marks on it. We did some pretty extreme testing on this belt to see just how strong it really was. And it held up really fine. And you can see this is just a single ply of really strong nylon webbing. So it did not necessarily lend itself to being a really supportive concealed carry type belt. So the folks at Klik Belt have come out with a new belt. It's a 2-ply version of this, and were kind enough to send some to me so I could show them to you. So first of all, before we get to talking about the specs of the belt, I just want to show you it comes in 5 different colors, and this is the coyote on the coyote buckle, the black with the brushed buckle, the black with the black buckle, which I think is very elegant, by the way. One of my favorites, the gray with the gray buckle, and finally the one I'm wearing, which is the coyote with the black buckle. Very attractive, if I do say so myself. So pretty much they got whatever color you need, except maybe, you know, mauve or chartreuse or teal. So let's take a look at how this belt is constructed, and then we'll get to doing some of that belt stuff. So first of all, I want to show you the belt is made in the USA, which I think is pretty cool. Second of all, another thing I want to show you that was it's an improvement to both the 2-ply and the original single ply is they've added what they're calling a tail tamer here. And basically it's just like a Ranger band type piece of rubber that you can just tuck the tail of the belt under. And honestly, if you don't want to show the Klik Belt logo, it's just blank on the back side. So that just solves a little problem with that loose tail flopping around if it doesn't happen to fit underneath your belt loop, which is pretty cool. So when I said this thing is made in the USA, that is with the exception of the genuine Cobra buckle, which is made in Austria, because that's where real Cobra buckles are made. This is an actual genuine Cobra buckle, not some kind of cheap knockoff. That's the same buckle that's been used for a while by the military and even used in outer space. So just top quality materials. So you can see basically the outer ply of the belt is the same as the original, and the inner ply is a proprietary stiffened nylon fabric. And you can see it's got 3 rows of stitching on here. The buckle is actually stitched on with a nice box X stitching. Finally, the last construction detail to show you, which is going to be important because it's going to affect how you order your sizing, is about the last 8 inches or so of this thing are only the single ply, which is what makes the Klik Belt really the only Cobra buckle belt I found which is as easy to use as a standard belt. And the reason that's important, by the way, is because when you order one of these, you need to go ahead and order it for whatever size pants you wear. It's going to give you a little bit of a couple of inches adjustment either way. So if you lose a little weight, you'll be okay, and if you gain a little weight, that never happens, does it? You'll be okay too. So anyway, that is the construction details of this thing. Without a bunch more rambling, let's just take you down to the old waist top here. We'll show you how well this thing works with a pistol and carry pistol, and then we'll get to doing a little bit more extreme testing. Okay, so first of all, let's just talk about why I think this is one of the easiest Cobra buckle belts to use. So basically you start out with the belt with both pieces of the buckle snapped together, okay, just like that. You just put it on like a regular belt. I just like to tuck the loose end underneath there because it's a little easier to get through with the stiffened part, but you don't have to do that. But either way, that's just a little pro tip there. Fold it over like so, it just pokes through your belt loops a lot faster. And then you put the last one through like so. Okay, so now we're at the same position we would be with a regular belt, the kind that's got the little pin that you put through the holes in the belt, which is going to take a second to do. So let me just show you how fast this is to put on. That's it. Tuck it in just like a normal belt. So I don't think that takes any longer than putting a little pin in the hole and adjusting that. But then if you need to take it on and off throughout the day for whatever reason, then it's very easy to do and it slicks back. By the way, why do they call this a Klik Belt? Here's why. Cool, huh? So anyway, and another advantage of this belt I think has over a traditional belt is it is infinitely adjustable. In other words, you just loosen this up a little bit or tighten it up a little bit and you put it wherever you want. And in my experience, I've been wearing one of these for over a week now with firearms on it. It does not come loose. I mean, it stays where you put it. So that's why I think this is one of the most convenient Cobra buckle belts that I have ever seen. So that's how you put it on. It works like a belt. That's great. It holds your britches up. How does it hold other stuff up? Well, let's just take a look at that. So we're going to start out with twin magazine pouch here. This, by the way, is a Blue Force gear pouch, which I think is really cool. Okay, so first of all, we'll go with a Glock 23. This is got a full magazine, 13 rounds of 40 caliber. For the demonstration, there's not one in the chamber, so we're short however many grams of bullet weight that would be. So, but you just notice this, by the way, has an ulti clip on it. This is a holster made for me by Hog Holsters. Great guy, excellent holsters. Ulti clip is excellent clip. Clips on your pants, not your belt. But either way, it's the same thing. You still got to support that, and your belt still provides the support to hold that up. It just does so by using the belt loops. But put that on here. I can tell you that I wore this exact pistol in this exact holster, gosh, all day, solid day, the other day, just to check it out, because I normally carry my Glock 43, which is smaller, but I did this just to check it out, and the belt provides great support. It absolutely works perfectly. No sagging, no bagging, no dragging, and it just did a good job. So you can also just use a regular inside the waistband holster with a regular clip on it, and it clips over the belt like so, and it works just fine. It's not too thick to where you gotta have some special funky holsters. It works with pretty much any standard off-the-shelf holster, which is what this is. Okay, that was a quick look at why I think, first of all, that Klik Belt is one of the simplest, easiest Cobra buckle belts I've ever tried, and I think the folks at Klik Belt did a really good job of balancing comfort and support, and have come out with a really good concealed carry or duty belt. And this thing is about $65, which I think is a fair price for a belt. There are certainly more expensive belts and less expensive belts, but again, I think they did a good job of providing a really good value. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll tell you how you can save 10% on your entire order from Klik Belt. But first of all, it is a Klik Belt, right? World's strongest belt, right? You know we got to do something silly, right? Okay, we're down here at the old Bronco, and last time we used the single ply Klik Belt to tow it up the hill. So since this is a double ply, I thought it might be a good idea to see if we can use it to lift it. Chuck Norris can leave a message before the beep. Okay, was that silly enough? And I got to say, I'm really impressed. The belt lifted, I don't know how much weight that was, but it was in a severe bind. As you saw, the jack fell over. It was like really in a bind, and it did fine. The only issue we had with the belt was the stitching that holds the inner loop came loose in a couple places. It just popped loose. And I think that's just because the outer belt probably was a little more flexible, maybe had just enough stretch to pop those stitches. It only popped a few. Here it didn't pop all the way around, and the stitching that held the buckle in place, which is really where the stress level is, and it held really well. So the and to be fair, it's not designed to be a lifting strap, but I did want to check and see if it would work, and it absolutely did. So I got to say right now the score is Klik Belt 2, Bronco 0. So if you're looking for a really comfortable, supportive belt for a concealed carry weapon or any other tactical type gear, I think the 2-ply Klik Belt Duty Belt could be a great option for you. It comes in some really cool colors, and again, at least in my experience, this is one of the most convenient Cobra buckle belts I have ever used. It is just as quick and just as easy to use as a standard belt, but it provides you with the strength not only of the nylon webbing, but of the buckle too. This buckle was under a lot of stress, and it absolutely held. So I'll put a link to Klik Belt's website where you can go get 1 or 5 of these for yourself. And if you use the coupon code Survival210, you can save 10% on your entire purchase from now through the end of 2016. So thanks to the folks at Klik Belt for offering that discount to the viewers of this video and for sending these so I can show them to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing this video with all your friends. Thanks for doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time. And there are certainly flimser belts on the market. Flimser, snapped together. Which way does it go? I'm trying to do this backwards for the camera. Which is what makes the Klik Belt really the only Cobra belt